As food poisoning cases continues to rise, poverty may be a driving force toward people relying on spaza shops for cheaper alternatives. Good day to you from the newsroom. I'm Keenan Williams. As food poisoning cases continues to see a sharp increase, especially further north of South Africa, the Gauteng MEC for Finance and Economic Development, Lebogang Mahile, is suggesting that a state of emergency may be necessary to address these issues surrounding spaza shops after several children died from consuming items bought at these stores. Mahile further emphasizes the need for accountability from shop owners following these tragic incidents in Alexandra and Soweto.
There's a problem if there's poisonous food on the shelves. So we have to look at the whole value chain. And that's why the inspectors, whenever they find these poisonous food, we have to get a response and accountability from the shop owners.
At the same time, education activist Hendrik Makanita is urging urgent action to combat foodborne illnesses affecting learners, with his call out to government to ensure that spaza shops adhere to strict food safety standards to prevent further food poisoning cases.
We really need regular health inspections as well as workshops for tuck shop owners on food safety. The government needs to play a more central role to ensure that learners are assisted along with spaza shop owners to overcome the challenge of food poisoning, which has really affected our country negatively.
Now, a study by the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund reveals that approximately 13 million children in South Africa live in poverty, despite an annual investment of 700 billion rand from various sectors. The study estimates that child poverty costs the country about 9% of its GDP, reflecting South Africa's high poverty and inequality rates within a relatively small economy. Meanwhile, the General Industries Workers Union of South Africa, UGUASA's Koketso Fasha, says that poverty can be seen as a driving force which is leaving people to rely on potentially unsafe food options.
This exposes the government's incapacity to deal with the problem, be it at an inspectorate level to make sure that food is produced, stored and sold in hygienically safe places and before it expires, or at the law enforcement level, where those found to be violating the laws face the full might of the law.
Internationally, despite its reputation for a relaxed lifestyle and ideal climate, Brisbane in Australia is seeing an alarming rise in homelessness, with tent cities emerging across parks, under bridges and along footpaths. Experts argue that homelessness is entirely preventable and that intervention could be cost-effective, but skyrocketing housing prices, now reaching a median of around $970,000, which is close to 17 million rand for houses and 11.6 million rand for apartments, which are leaving affordable housing increasingly out of reach.